Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Midnight Messages. I'm your anonymous host and this is a podcast where we talk about ghosts and getting ghosted. This week's episode is going to be my normal style, which if you're new here for this episode, I will basically read really creepy stories about ghosts, the paranormal, unexplained experiences, all of that from Reddit. I'm not quite at a point yet where I have viewer submissions, which really is the dream because I know y'all have some crazy stories, but I will also read stories about horrible dates, getting ghosted, just like diabolical dating stories, because they're my two favorite things. So I thought I'd just do that little intro because yeah, there could be people here that are new, this is their first episode they're listening to, and that's sort of like the vibe of my channel. Last week I did a missing persons case, which I do every once in a while. Last week was Brian Schaefer. That case, I mean, the case of Brian and also the case of Brandon that I covered, they like keep me up at night. The more I think about them, the more I have questions. And thank you everyone who commented and liked and watched my last episode. It was honestly days and days of work and I was so proud of the final product. I was interested to see what you guys had to say in the comments. I also got a few new followers, people that are new here, so if you're one of them, welcome. This week's episode 11, it would be good to give a little bit more background instead of getting straight into the episode, which I normally do. But yeah, this channel, I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited to see where it's gonna head, and it's still just me in bed with my Apple headphones, not a professional setup. I love reading unhinged stories online with you guys, and I never read them before I start recording because I want to experience it with y'all. So I thought let's just get into the creepy paranormal stories first. I did see a subreddit that was what's the most terrifying thing that's happened to you when you're home alone, and girl, I'm fucking keen. I'm sat. And then we'll get into some dating horror stories because wow, every time I read some of the dating stories, I'm like, you're fucking lying. Like, how the hell did that happen? If you guys want to hear a couple of my own dating stories, because I will share a personal experience every once in a while. I've told some of my own stories in the Ghosted and Humiliated episode, and also my first episode ever, I told probably my most fucked up dating story I've ever had, where a guy like tried to force feed me and was like crying about his ex while he was naked and like his soft was just out and he was just telling me his life story, and I was so uncomfortable. Like, what do you mean? What the fuck what are you talking about? Anyway, so if you want to hear the full story, that's in my first episode. But yeah, as usual, if you guys have a story, please send it to me. I know I say this every episode, and I am yet to get a viewer submission, but I'm holding out hope that one day this podcast will evolve. However long that takes, I don't mind. I'm in no rush, but I am so excited for when I start getting viewer submissions. Maybe even one day I'll be able to set up like a phone and people can leave voicemails, because I love hearing people's stories. They're just unreal, whether it is a dating story or I can't explain this thing that happened to me a few years ago and there was a ghost in my house, or whatever it is. So that's really the goal one day. If you do have a story, please email it through to me. My email is in the podcast description. I also know, by the way, that technically my email isn't Midnight Messages. I might change it. It's ghostedpod, because I was toying around with podcast names for a little while because the whole vibe of this channel is ghosts and getting ghosted. I named the email ghostedpod, but I know that might be confusing because you're like, what, that's not the name of your podcast? But just in case y'all were wondering, that's why. But yeah, send me an email. Even if you just want to say, hey, hit my line. I love seeing comments. I love connecting with people from all around the world. Like, this is just, oh my god, it's like my favorite thing. I love recording this podcast. I want to keep working on it and keep learning. Like, I'm, even from my first episode till now, like, I've learned so much. I've learnt about editing and social media and branding and really just creating my own vibe on this channel. I love that, you know, Midnight Messages sort of feels like its own little universe where it's a mixture of basically just like conversations you'd have with a friend in the middle of the night, like telling each other weird things that have happened or weird dates you've been on. That's really what I wanted the whole vibe of this podcast to be, and I'm just really proud of it all, like the branding and learning thumbnails and color theory. And I'm just really proud of how far it's come. And I just can't wait to see it grow. Like, it feels like my little baby. Like, it's amazing. Even, guys, we're currently at 266 subscribers. What the fuck? I feel like only 2 episodes ago I was celebrating 200, and now we have 66 more people that are subscribed to little old me. What? I don't even know 60 people. So I love it. I'm so grateful for everyone who's subscribing. Like, that means the world to me. I'm rambling, whatever, sorry. But yeah, we're back to one of our normal episodes this week. Bit of a longer intro, but I don't know, I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you're all doing, and just remind you guys that I'm so grateful that you're here and you're listening. And anywho, let's get straight into it. Like I said, we're gonna start on Reddit and some creepy stories, and then we'll try to lighten it up towards the end. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. By the way, guys, it is so cold where I live at the moment, so if I sound a little bit like nasally or like I'm not sick, I just woke up this morning and it was fucking freezing in my room. Like, it was fucking so cold that I woke up and it was just, I could not get out of bed. It was so freezing cold. So yeah, if I sound nasally, I'm so sorry. If I sound like I'm crook in this episode, I'm not. But I just really wanted to record. I'm also probably going to be late uploading this episode this week because it's currently Wednesday when I'm recording this, and because the start of my week with work and a few personal things in my life are going on. But I'm going to have a chunk of time off work for the next couple of weeks, so I'm going to be working my ass off on this podcast and making sure I can get back into a good schedule, have content for you guys every single week. You know, obviously there's so much that goes into making these episodes, but I love it. But it just means that sometimes I'm late, so I've actually changed my account to I upload new episodes every week, not every Thursday, because I feel like there's a few weeks now I haven't uploaded on a Thursday. So I may as well just say it's every week there's a new episode. I'm gonna try find this thread. Oh, here we go. So same as last time, I'm on the Ask Reddit page, and the prompt for the comments I'm going to be reading is, what is the most terrifying thing you've ever experienced while home alone? Actually, okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story about something that happened to me when I was probably like 9 years old, when I was home alone. And at the time, it was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I was convinced I was going to die and that I was going to get murdered. So it's funny now looking back, but let me tell you, in the moment, I was like, well, my time is up. Like, it's happening. So, just to paint the picture, just gonna set the scene. I was about 9 years old. It was summer holidays. It was a boiling hot summer. We had this heat wave where every single day it was about 47 degrees Celsius, which is nearly 117 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was fucking hot. And I had gone to stay at my friend's house overnight. We stayed up all night. We were in her living room in this little apartment she lived in. Her mum was asleep, and all night we just stayed up eating lollies and watching horror movies and getting shit scared. I grew up terrified of horror movies. Like, I was a pussy. I literally was too scared to watch Monster House. Like, I was such a baby. And like growing up, even like going to Blockbuster, which, oh, RIP. I'm so devastated that Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's so, I'm grateful though that I had that in my childhood, because it's like nothing compares. And movies were so much more special. You had to pick one movie. It wasn't this unlimited stream of like Netflix or whatever. You can just keep clicking on to the next. Like, you picked a movie as a family and sat down and watched it. And if it was scratched and it started skipping, it ruined the whole night. But like, it was fun. Anyway, what I'm saying is, when I used to go to Blockbuster, I was such a pussy that I couldn't even walk down the horror aisle. Like, I would literally walk with like my face covered. Like, I couldn't even look at the front cover of the DVDs. It was too much. So I was very scared of horror movies, but then I slowly started getting introduced to like thrillers and then horrors, and then fast forward, I am obsessed with horror movies and spooky, and like the more the merrier. Like I'm obsessed with horror. Same as roller coasters. Grew up terrified, now they're my favorite thing. So when I was about 9 years old, I just started seeing like a couple of thrillers. Like I watched The Sixth Sense and Signs with my dad, which both iconic movies, and I was starting to enjoy them. This night, when I was having the sleepover with my friends, we watched When a Stranger Calls, which iconic. It's like one of my comfort movies now. I will literally randomly find myself watching it. It's not scary to me now, but at the time, oh my god, we were like sleeping on this mattress in the living room with this little tiny TV, like cuddled up watching it, so scared. Like just her being in the house, and like spoiler alert, but like the power going off and the phone dying and saying like no signal and the calls coming from inside the house, it all fucked me up. So we watched that. I'm terrified. My mum picks me up the next day and drives me back to our house, and at the time it was just me. I think my dad was away somewhere. But we get home, all the curtains and blinds are closed in the house to try to keep the heat out because it's just so intense. The tennis is on, classic summer holiday vibes, the tennis or the cricket, something's always on the TV. I was sitting on the couch and my mum said, I need to go pick your sister up from the station. I'll be like 5 minutes. It was just around the corner. And I had never really been home alone. Like I hated it. I was so scared of being home alone. And I've also just watched this horror movie about someone being home alone, and I wasn't really happy about it, but I was like, I'll be fine. So my mum leaves, I'm home alone, I'm curled in a little ball on the couch watching the tennis, like frozen in place. Like I could not move. I was too scared to even put my feet on the floor because I was like, well, obviously something is going to grab my ankle. So I'm sitting on the couch, and as the timing of this is so cruel from the universe that I'm sitting on the couch frozen, and suddenly all the power goes out. Like I just hear this big and like all the lights turn out, the TV dies, it's pitch black now. I start crying. I'm literally frozen. I try to reach for the home phone, which is like right next to me, and I look at the screen because I'm trying to call my mum, and it literally, like in the movie I saw, says no signal. And I am shitting myself. I'm like, oh, it's happening. Like someone is in the house and I'm going to die. Anyway, my mum walked back in the door like probably 10 minutes later with my sister to me sobbing. Like I was a mess. I was like, I thought I was gonna die. Like I literally thought I was gonna die. So that's probably the scariest thing that's happened to me home alone as a kid, because the timing of that is just chef's kiss. Like that's hilarious. Also, one of the other scariest things that happened to me when I was a kid, and I'm sure you guys can relate, is being home alone and hearing the doorbell ring. See ya. Like, whoever it is, fuck off. I'm not answering the door. God, that was actually the worst. Oh, it was the worst. I was like always convinced it was someone coming to attack me. But yeah, that's my... It's funny now. In the moment I thought I was cooked, but yeah, that's probably the scariest thing that's happened to me home alone. I can't really think of anything else apart from that story. Also, we lost our power for like a week. Like trying to sleep with no power in the house is just, oh my god. Like we would get like sheets and soak them in water and sleep with just like a wet sheet on us and nothing else, because there's no aircon, there's no fans. Oh, the worst. And it got so bad that me and my sister we caught the bus to the shopping centre because it had air conditioning, because staying at home was boiling hot. And I remember walking to the bus stop, which was like just around the corner, and I thought my thongs, oh, you guys call them flip-flops, but my thongs were like gonna stick to the concrete because it was so fucking hot outside. Love that. Anyway, let's get into some of these Reddit stories, because something tells me they're going to be actually scary, not like what happened to me. This one is posted 5 years ago from Street Bork, and it says, a couple of years back, I woke up at 3 a.m. to see someone walk past my bedroom door. Oh my god! That actually reminds me of that scene in Signs. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna put it in here, but this was the scariest thing I ever saw as a kid.
What you're about to see may disturb you. Move, children. Vámonos.
Atrás de garage! Atrás de ahí! It's behind!
Oh!
Still one of the creepiest things I've seen in a movie. Ew. Sorry. Okay. I called out to them in my just woken up, not thinking haze, thinking maybe my boyfriend had come over while I was sleeping, but I got no response, so I knew it wasn't him. I got out of bed, stupidly forgetting to take my phone or any kind of defensive item with me, and went into the front room, where the light was on, to be met with a random guy staring at one of the walls. They're just staring at a wall in your living room. Fuck. I asked him who he was and I got no answer. At this point, I'd actually woken up enough to realize I could really be in trouble, so I ran back to my bedroom, grabbed my phone, and ran outside on the phone to the police, who showed up within a few minutes. Turns out the guy was mentally ill, and to this day, neither myself or the police know how he got in my house. Fuck. Great. That is so scary. That's also like The Sixth Sense, which I was talking about before. The opening scene, you guys know what I'm talking about? In the bathroom? Woo! That's exactly what that is. Okay, this one is posted by... A lot of these are going to be deleted usernames. I swear they always are. It's like everyone's left Reddit. But anywho. It was posted 5 years ago by Deleted. And this one says... I moved into our house a month before my husband did, and I was painting our guest room with the windows wide open. I was busy painting, listening to music, when I realized it had gotten dark outside. I heard the leaves crunching outside, but didn't think anything of it because we have a lot of neighbours who walk their dogs. When I went to close the window, I saw a man standing in my backyard under the tree, maybe 5 feet from our back door, just staring up at me. Fuck. I fell to the floor and realized the back glass door would probably be open and nothing but the screen, which he could have easily just walked into my house. Crawling to my phone, I called my husband, who then called 911 while rushing home to see me. We have a 6-foot-tall fence in our yard. This person hopped it to watch me. I couldn't sleep right at night for months. Well, yeah. That is my fear. Every time I go into like the laundry at my house, when I go to turn the laundry light on, sometimes I accidentally click the switch that turns on the back light and not the laundry room light. And every single time I do it, I am convinced I'm gonna see someone just standing in my backyard, like staring at me. That's fucked. And then realizing that your door is literally unlocked and going, oh fuck, I'm cooked. Okay, this one is posted by Brooke W.A. Bunny 5 years ago. I was babysitting a kid who had a video monitor and was told that she shouldn't wake up while her parents were out, and if she did, to just call them straight away. I was watching TV with the monitor set off to the side to keep an eye on her, and right around 11 o'clock, the camera's view shifted a few inches. It then began to slightly jiggle, like someone was messing with it. Oh my god, someone's in the house. Fuck. I was squinting at it, trying to decide what I was actually seeing, and I kid you not, the whole screen burst to static for a few seconds, and the kid started wailing. Oh my god! Oh my god, what the fuck would you do if you're babysitting? I babysat kids so many times, and that is a horror movie. Holy shit. She stood up and was screaming in her crib, just like one of the kids from Sims. I don't play Sims, but if you guys play Sims, you might know what she's talking about. When she didn't fall back asleep after a few minutes, I called Mum and she said, okay, we're on our way home anyway. We think she has nightmares sometimes, it's fine. Nope, never again. Yeah, girl, that's fair enough. That, the actual monitor moving and like jiggling and then going to static and then the baby is like screaming in their crib, standing up. Absolutely not. Because the thing is also like you want to be brave and go in there and check the baby's okay, but also like I don't know if I'm that brave. Because like what if there's a demon or B, a human being in there? Someone commented going, yeah, this one is terrifying. Literally. They replied saying, yeah, honestly, I'd rather a ghost or whatever it was, not a big paranormal person, but what the fuck else was that, than someone having broken into the house. But still, I was like 14 or 15, and the next time they called me, I just told them I had basketball practice. Fair enough. Yeah, girl, I'm not going back. I'm not doing that. I've babysat kids forever. Like, I babysat a kid when I was like 10 years old that lived in my street. There was this mum and dad that had 3 kids, like a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and like a 2-year-old. And I think the mum was away and the dad took the 2 older ones to like a soccer game or something. And it was literally like the house across the street from where my parents were. So my parents said, that's fine, but you have to take your sister with you so you're not home alone. And she was like 13 or 14. And my older sister was like, you can keep the babysitting money as long as I can sit here on their computer, like on MSN, you can keep the money. So she was sitting there just on MSN. I was playing with this kid. I loved kids and babies, and I just like loved babysitting. And yeah, we were just like playing with toys and stuff. We gave her dinner, and then she was like hyped up. She would not go to sleep. And then I remember the dad got home with the 2 older ones, and he was so drunk. He like got home and like passed out in bed, like in the kids' room with the older 2 kids asleep. So me and my sister were just stuck with this 2-year-old that wouldn't sleep, and we had to end up calling my dad, like, can you come help us? Like, we can't come home even though it's like 1 a.m. because the dad's asleep, and like we can't just leave the 2-year-old. It's fucked up. And then my dad came over and like had to go and was like, are you right? Like, he had to go in the room and wake this dad up and be like, hello, my daughters are still here, like, are you okay? He ended up coming over like hungover and apologizing to my dad. Crazy. But still, yeah, being home alone or like babysitting in someone else's house, I used to get so scared. I used to babysit for my auntie, like babysit my baby cousin. I used to babysit for like, my mom would have like clients who had little kids, so she would always like help me get babysitting jobs when I was in high school. And every time the kid would go to sleep and I'm just sitting in this person's empty house, if that shit happened to me, girl, absolutely not. Fuck that. Alright, this one is posted by, I literally can't say this name. I'm gonna print screen this so I can put the username in my video, but this person said, I was about 21 or 22, living by myself at the time, and left my window open on a pleasant night. It was low enough to the ground that you could get in if you really tried, but the screen wasn't easy to take off. And I lived in a fairly safe neighborhood. I woke up in the middle of the night because I smelled smoke, and I reached out to turn on my lamp, and my hand hit what was oh my god. And my hand hit what was very obviously a person. You've got me fucked up. Could you imagine going to turn your lamp on and your hand just bumps into a person? Oh my god. Fully woke up at that point, and I realized there was a shirtless man in my room smoking a cigarette and staring at me. What? I remember yelling at him to get out, and I must have spooked him just as badly as he spooked me, because he leapt out of my window and took off. I slammed it shut and moved a bookcase in front of it. And when I went out the next morning in the daylight, I found the screen sitting against the house. Didn't sleep for the rest of the night, and I haven't slept with a window more than cracked ever since. I also absolutely refuse to live on the ground floor of a building. Oh my god, dude. I don't know if he was planning to rob me or grape me or both, but it was absolutely terrifying and makes me wonder how many times it happened and I just didn't wake up. Oh my god. These are fucked. Do you know how many times like I've got spooked in the middle of the night and like reached over and turned my lamp on? If I reach and I hit someone and then I realize that there's someone sitting there smoking and just staring at me sleep, to be fair, I'd probably grab like pepper spray or my deep heat spray. If you spray that at someone's face, get the fuck away from me. I don't think it would like blind them, but like, it's scary. It's scary to think like what you'd do if you were like waking up and had to go into like self-defense mode while you're half awake. And it's a grown man. Oh my god, dude. That's actually fucked. I've seen girls on TikTok, like Aussie girls, make their own like pepper sprays and stuff because they will walk home from the station or need something just in case the worst case scenario happens. Because yeah. Okay, I want to read, I'm gonna see if I can find another thread. Alright, this thread is called What's the Creepiest and Most Paranormal Thing That's Ever Happened to You? T. I don't know if I've been on this thread before. Okay, this one is posted by Bria Patch Kid. and it says, it was from 7 years ago, and it says, creepy for me, I was having a tense conversation with someone that I was close to years ago. The conversation quickly devolved into a passive-aggressive fight that ended with the other person getting in the car and driving away. As I started heading back inside, the other person came back, got out of the car, and started our conversation again. The tone of voice was totally different, and the stance was different, and the feeling in the air was completely off. I don't know how else to explain it. This is making me think about Obsession. Do you know what I'm saying? That movie fucked me up. As the conversation progressed, the other person started saying some nasty and mean things that were completely out of character. I said, "This isn't like you, person." I'm guessing they haven't put their friend's name. But they said, "This isn't like you, person." And then they said, "What makes you think that I'm person?" Oh my god. What the fuck? Could you imagine? Oh, no. I don't like that. I remember continuing the conversation and talking to the person for a long time, but I don't remember anything specific. I do remember becoming more and more alarmed and knowing something wasn't right. Finally, I told the person to go home. They complied and left. I went back inside and started telling my sibling about the situation when the doorbell rang. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes had passed. It was the person coming back to apologize for the original fight. They had been driving around for a long time and didn't want to go home leaving things unresolved. I asked why they had said some of the things from the last conversation, and they looked at me like I was crazy. Oh my god. They had no idea what I was talking about. Totally could have been lying, but that whole situation just felt dark and it scared the hell out of me. Ew. Like having an argument with one of your friends and you see them drive off and then come back and it's just someone who's like completely off. That's also sort of like, spoiler alert, but a little bit like Leviticus that I just saw on the weekend. Ew. It's like uncanny valley. Fuck that. And that is a story that's like, if you told someone that, they wouldn't believe you. But like, girl, I believe you. That was, I don't know what it was, but it was not your friend. And also saying to them, like, say their name's Mary, saying to them going, "This isn't like you, Mary," and then them saying, "What makes you think I'm Mary?" Oh my god, ew. Fuck that, dude. Okay, this one is posted by Nebnodlu. These usernames are very strange. Even the captions on my video, like when I edit them, like get so confused with what I'm saying because some of these usernames, I don't know. I need to like print screen them so I can actually put the correct like username in. This one was posted 7 years ago and it says, "I was a manager of computer repair for a retailer a couple of years ago. We had a client's computer in the back running various malware and virus scans. I was doing morning paperwork in the back near the computer. This PC had its screensaver on, displaying random photos from the My Pictures folder. Various family members, children's birthday parties, the usual stuff. Then from then, I swear to God, I saw a picture of a woman from the shoulders up." What? Wait, hang on. "Then, out the corner of my eye, I swear to God, I saw a picture of a woman from the shoulders up with her throat cut." What? As soon as I realized what I was making out, I directed my full attention and it was back to photos of a car show. As the day went on, I thought nothing of it and proceeded to continue my work until I was bringing another customer's PC back to work on. And again, from my peripheral vision, I could have sworn I saw a bloody body bound and in the trunk of a car. At that moment, I began freaking out. Ew, you just keep seeing this out the side of your fucking eye. Like one of those, okay, maybe it was like, I know your brain can play tricks on you and things look weird at your peripheral, but like for it to be another fucked up situation, totally different, and you just see it out the corner of your eye on the computer. At that moment, I began freaking out. I grabbed one of my employees, explained to him the situation. We sat there for 10 minutes and watched the screensaver. It is against company policy to search through the client's personal files with absolute just cause. Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking, why don't you just go into their computer? But if that's like a policy, which fair enough, you have to respect people's privacy. But girl, I would be locked in staring at that computer screen for an hour. Like knowing what you've seen, shit. We then proceeded to see a photo of two body... What? We then proceeded to see a photo of 2 bodies in a shallow grave out in the woods and another photo of a severed hand in a kitchen drawer. I then went and got, oh my god, whose fucking computer is this? I then went and got the general manager and informed him of the situation, and we had him view the screensaver. We then felt that it would be in everyone's best interest to contact law enforcement. In about 15 minutes later, owner of the computer and another gentleman showed up, and I proceed to tell him that his computer is not ready and it will be a while. Could you imagine them walking in and you just have seen what you've seen? And you just have to play it cool, but in my head I'm like, I am so scared of you. What the fuck, cunt? Like, what is on your computer? I don't even know if I'd be able to keep my cool. He'd be like, oh, your computer's just not ready. Oh my god. He then informs me that he was called there because someone reported that there were some photographs of a grisly murder that they had found. I showed him his computer, and then his partner begins to laugh at him. Apparently, he went against police policy and took some of his work home with him, and he had never noticed his work photos were being used as screensavers. Oh, he's a detective. Oh. Was he really a detective? Oh, that is... Oh my god. I don't even know... I mean, I don't know the legality around it, but, like, having, like, case file photos of, like, murders, even on your personal computer... I guess if you've taken it home with you, but, oh my god, just your screensaver is, like, autopsy photos? Girl, oh my god, just mixed in with a few family photos. Jesus Christ. I literally thought it was gonna be, like, a murderer. Okay, this one, I think this will have to be my last one. We'll do one more scary story and then we'll get into some bad dating stories. Okay, this one is posted by Deleted, and it says, I was living with my now mother-in-law in a house she had purchased a few months before. We had all had various weird feelings or experiences in the house, but 2 really, really stick out to me. Collectively, there were 3 dogs living in the house at the time. One evening, we were all sitting with our backs to the hallway, this is significant by the way, watching a movie. All of a sudden, my German Shepherd and my terrier both perk up their ears and start staring down the hallway behind where we were sitting. Oh girl, that would already set me off. Like, I don't even like when my cats both, like, stare out my doorway. I'm like, what? What is it? Shit. They start staring down the hallway behind where we were sitting. I mean, full attention. I notice, turn around, the light in the hall was off, it was dark, but of course I don't see anything. 5 minutes later, they were still staring and now growling. This time my wife and I turn around and we both watch as the light switch on the wall gets flipped on. The dogs went crazy and so did we. Absolutely not. The thought of seeing a light switch just flick on or off on its own too, like, no. A few weeks later, same scenario, light is off and we're watching a movie. My German Shepherd loved to play fetch and we always had a million balls around the house to entertain her. This time, she's staring down the hallway and wagging her damn tail. This time, we all notice and start to watch. I swear to God, a single orange tennis ball came rolling down the hallway towards her. We all went white. No, that is The Conjuring. That is the fucking Conjuring. There were others, but Jesus, I hated that hallway. I never felt like a bad energy, but my feeble little brain was still scared nonetheless. Oh, they did an edit on here and it says one more story. My mum-in-law was having these dreams a few weeks after moving in about the house catching on fire and burning to the ground with us all inside. Horrible. About 3 weeks after these dreams, we woke up one morning and distinctly smelt smoke coming from the house somewhere. Panicked, we all started searching and eventually came to the garage. On a rafter, we noticed smoke coming out from the fluorescent light fixture. At that moment, I realized, my God, it's attached directly to this old dried out beam. The light was left on all night and it was clearly burning the rafter ever so slightly. Lights are not supposed to be secured or screwed onto a rafter like that. So we like to think that our ghost hosts were looking out for us. After that, her dream stopped. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Actually, I guess if you kind of think about it, I don't know why the ghost would turn the light on, but it's kind of cute to think it could have been a friendly ghost. Like, it's throwing the ball so, like, the dog can play with them. And it's also making you realize that your house is going to be set on fire, like warning you, and then the dreams stop. Maybe it was a nice ghost. That's wild. Yeah, the dog's reaction, like, they're very sensitive to that. Same as cats, like, they're just, like, in tune, you know? Well, those are the scary stories for this episode. Whoa. Let's try find some dating stories. Okay, this Reddit prompt is, what are your dating horror stories? Yes, I'm keen. Okay, this one's posted by Deleted, and it says, I dated this girl in high school. We were dating about 3 months when I went over super excited because I got accepted into the college I had wanted to attend since I was like 7 years old. A couple of weeks later, she called me saying we needed to talk. When I go over, I find out she has been rejected from every college she applied to. That sucks. Still no clue why. She was taking 2 language classes and had 3 AP classes. Anyways, she said instead of going to a stupid community college, she and I were going to move to Florida to live with her grandmother, and we can try reapply for colleges down there. I said I wasn't moving to Florida after dating only for a few months, and she said I had to choose her or my dream college. Girl, be for real. It's me or the college you've always dreamt about. So think very carefully about which one you choose. And you just wrote, I chose college. Duh. That's like, girl, be for real. To be like, it's me or college. Holy fuck. Alright, this one is posted by Suprap. This one says, girl came up to me from behind while I was wearing a jacket and she told me she liked my shirt. She seemed nice enough, just nervous, and honestly was good looking, so I brushed it off. At the end of the day, we exchanged numbers and I got talking to her. 30 minutes later, we were texting and she asks me to be her boyfriend. I'm like, sure, totally. But then girl, that's pretty insane. Yeah, sure, let's date. I like just met you, but like, it's cool. But then it got real bad. She starts sending me videos of her singing. She was not a good singer. Oh no. After each video, she'd ask me, do you think I'm cute? Do you like it? Etc. I sort of awkwardly just passively nodded along and hoped to chalk it up to nerves. Then with the video, she started to ask me, do you love me? Oh girl, calm down. That's a red flag. It was getting bad, so I decided to jump ship and break off the relationship that I had only had just less than an hour ago. She took it semi-decently. The next day, I found out she'd been bouncing around trying to date really any guy who would reciprocate. After her craziness got around enough, no one would. She decided to move away. Oh my god. So she moved away and jumped in front of a car. Oh my god. She didn't die though. Okay. She was just crazy. It was wild. I hope she's doing okay. That's very, very concerning behavior. Like just meeting someone like, do you want to be my boyfriend? And here's videos of me singing. Do you love me? Honey. This one was posted by Mrs. Bia Barron. This is not considered a horror story, but I'm telling it anyways because it was horrifying to me, lol. I met a guy online and we chatted for almost a month before we actually went on our first date. We hit it off immediately and had a lot in common. Okay, love. We laughed a lot and the whole date went really well until the end of the night. You know, that end of the night when it's a bit awkward for some and you're waiting for that end of night kiss or sort of goodbye. Yeah, that's the worst. Also depends on your vibe. Like I've been on dates where I like not really keen, don't really want to kiss him, and I'm in my head going, hopefully he gets my cues of like I'm not leaning in, like I just want to say goodbye and call it a night. Because having to like reject someone's kiss or like turn your head, it's just uncomfortable for everyone involved. Anyway, I was sitting in the passenger seat in the front of my car and we both kind of awkwardly leaned in and we went the same way, so it was going to be a miss. Oh god, like you both tilt your head the same way. Oh no. Anyways, we both paused and tried to adjust our positions and he panicked and went, and grabbed me around the neck like I was his little brother and says, come here, you. Oh my god. Him grabbing you around the neck, like putting you in like almost like a headlock and going, come here, you. Ew. Get the ick so bad. Oh my gosh. And then he proceeds to noogie me. No! It could not have gone worse. You went from going on this great date and you fucked it up at the end. First of all, the body language is not giving confident, and secondly, for you to like put him in a headlock, it's like you're noogieing your date and going, come here, you. Like they're your pal. She wrote in all caps, he gave me a noogie. Not for long, it hurt slightly, and my hair ended up a freaking mess. Yeah, he's also fucking up your hair. He let go, and I just stared blankly at the front of the car. He laughed awkwardly, I laughed awkwardly, and I got out of the car. Neither of us ever spoke to each other again. That would be actually, I would love to see that in a comedy movie. Just someone royally fucking up the end of a date that bad that you just both sit there staring like, what just happened? And then you just never speak of it again and never talk to each other. I know that keeps him up at night. That poor guy, like, he would just never get over that. Like, I think about it for like 2 days if I get like Uber Eats and they say enjoy your meal and I say you too and I shut the door, and I think about that for 2 days. I can't imagine if at the end of a date I like grabbed them and started like noogieing them and just not kissing them. Someone comment just saying, I bet he hasn't slept since. Literally what I'm saying. She replied saying, I feel for him. I have a hard time thinking about it now when it wasn't even me. Someone said, I just experienced levels of cringe I never thought were possible. That actually made me lol. I can't imagine how incredibly awkward he felt after that. It probably haunts him to this day. That's what I'm saying. He is not gonna be okay. Oh my god. Poor guy. I love that he just was panicked and didn't know what to do, and his first thought was, well, obviously headlock and noogie. That's actually really funny. I don't know, like, it sounds awkward, but then I'm also like, if they ended up getting together, that is definitely something they could laugh about together. I think the fact that they just never spoke again makes it so much worse. Oh my god. That sucks. Okay. This one is posted by Deleted, and it says, I once dated a guy who, when he let me stay at his house overnight and left for work in the morning, locked me in the house and told me I wasn't allowed to leave the house without him there. Like, all the doors were key locked. The front door, the back door, the side door, etc. We'd been dating about a month, seemed perfectly normal until that point, and yes, I got out, and no, we didn't continue to date. Holy serial killer. Someone said, well, that's odd. Yeah. See, this is why I love this. I love that I get to read these with you guys. Holy fuck. Yeah, she said, yes, he slightly stalked me for a while after that, writing letters that he'd leave with my boss at my work. He showed up at my house any time of day. Oh my god. He would come into my work a few times a day, reading the letters. It was clear he had a controlling pattern. He would write things like, I know what I did was wrong and I've changed. I don't know about that, bro. Okay, I'm gonna read one more story. Okay. I'm just gonna read this random comment. It only has like 4 likes on it, but it was posted by Bronze Goddess 62. They said, a guy I had met previously at a jazz bar seemed nice and really into me. He asked for my number, we talked a few times. He asked me out to a really nice restaurant and asked if it was okay if some of his friends joined us. I've read stories like this a few times, and can I just say, what on earth is it with people bringing friends on a first date? Like, it's like they don't know what a first date is meant to be. I said yes. I was pretty new in town and looked forward to meeting new people. Okay, fair enough. I got there. His friends arrived a few minutes after, a man and a woman. We sat across from each other. He ordered a bottle of delicious wine before ordering appetizers. I realized that he was setting me up with the other guy. Fuck. No. He was his much older brother visiting from out of town, and the woman was his girlfriend. Oh my god, so his girlfriend on what you think is a first date, and the other guy that's there is who he's trying to set you up with. I almost got pissed, and then I looked at the menu and thought, fuck it, I'll eat good tonight. At the dinner, his brother invited me to his hotel. I said no thanks, shook his hand and went home. Deleted and blocked that guy's number. Girl, at least you got an amazing meal out of it. You know? Like seeing the menu and going, going, I'm gonna fucking eat, and then just never see them again. That's also crazy to just like convince someone you're taking them on a first date and then bring a random to set you up with, and they actually bring their girlfriend, like they have a girlfriend. Really, really bizarre. And the fact he asked for your number and didn't say like, oh, I have someone I want to set you up with. Communication skills, not in the room with us. That is fucked. But at least you got a good feed, babe. Alright, well I think I'm gonna wrap that up here because I've been yapping. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Love you all so much. Appreciate you all. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week wherever you are in the world listening to this. If you guys have any crazy dating stories or paranormal stories, please send them through. And yeah, some of those stories were really terrifying, and also the dating stories, like the noogie on the head. If anyone listening to this is directing like a comedy, like Judd Apatow, if you're listening. But honestly, I could see him making a movie with a scene like that in it. Just like that dry humor, girl. Also, random note, is anyone watching Widow's Bay? I just finished watching it, and if you are, please let me know. Because like the dry humor that's in that show is so good. Like it's scary, but it's also like just dry humor, like The Office kind of, you know? Love. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna be back to my normal episodes, and then I'm gonna start researching a new missing persons case that I would love to cover. I've got a couple in mind, but if you guys think of any, feel free to comment down below and I'll have a sauce. Thanks guys. Bye.